running out of executioners, Baron.
Try the Corellian slice hounds.
My lord.
Assemble a squad in the hangar. I'll meet him there. I was expecting Lord Vader.
The Jedi. Where is he?
Oh, he's alive. For the moment. He's been in the arena for 7 days. What are the Imperial security codes for this sector? The security codes. Kill him.
Sup guys, it is me, Bitchmap Killer, and here we now are, Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. Once again, Part 2. We have arrived, stealing Darth Vader's special iconic fighter, now arriving at Cato Nemoidia. That Baron Tarko guy seems not to like us, because we like him. That he seems to be rather fond of. And I'll take something that Darth Vader is fond of, and throw it in the trash. And there we get a achievement, which is missable, called Valet for 10 gamer score. And then these pains in the asses, the Sith Acolytes, are going to walk up. These guys are pretty much Force exclusive, Force resistant enemies. So these are the types of enemies. Similarly, or no, contrastingly to the Riot Troopers that were on Kamino, we will only want to use our lightsabers for them. If we try and use our Force powers, they will just reflect, dodge. It's just, they just like say, nuh-uh. Oh, and we get a new lightsaber crystal for protection, allowing us to increase our defensive skills, which will be very, very useful for us. And we still have the same meditation and chaos crystals that we had on Kamino. What would you figure? Once you get something, you kind of tend to keep it in this game. It's just a struggle with these guys, especially getting back into the rhythm of things. Sometimes you can deflect their little lightning attacks back at them, sometimes you can't. Just gotta get in close, keep on chopping them down, and then eventually they will go away. Like the gnats that they are. Gotta swat them with our own lightsaber fly swatters. I'll stop now. already gotten some of the achievements for like throwing a missile back at the ATMP and then doing a couple other things. I'm trying to get into the habit of deflecting the missiles back at the ATMP's all-terrain missile platforms, so that way I can get another achievement for that, which that has been another learning curve. A teeny tiny one, but one nonetheless. And as you'll see here, I'm trying to destroy as much of this fucking city as I can, so that way I can get as many force points as possible. When I do that, I'll be able to upgrade as many of the force abilities as I can by the end of this story here. I think normally there's supposed to be platforms here that raise up. I don't think so. Another thing that we can do here is use the mind trick ability with these stormtroopers to
Say goodbye forever. I can't say the real word. Otherwise, you two might not demonetize me because they don't monetize me anyways.
Greetings. I have.
These men will kill you. You will shoot your friends. Attack your allies.
Understandably, Starkiller has become quite edgy, as he doesn't really know who he is, and doesn't know what the hell is going on, why he's even alive. So he just has to kill, and try and find answers to what is his own existence. And that's a holocron up there that is not at all missable, and very, very easy to get. If you remember from last time, the yellow ones are the which ones? The Force Experience Points, right. You can use those to get more upgrades, upgrade our Force abilities. Very good, you totally didn't just wait for me to tell you. Anyways, we jump up and up and up, and then there we go. Force Experience Points. And we get greeted by even more stormtroopers. I think they've learned their lesson. Or maybe throw in some Nemoidian guards or something like that. But doesn't the great city of, or planet of Cato Nemoidia have their own security forces? I would hope so. Oh wait. Actually, now that I think about that, this is the Empire. Planets probably aren't allowed to raise their own armies or run their own governments at this point. Everything's probably shadow controlled by some envoy from the Empire, now that I think about it. So what took us, what was it, 7 missions, 8 missions in the last game to get, up until, what was it, Cloud City? Yeah, up until Cloud City it took us to get lightsaber throw. We now get on the second mission. But, I mean, that kind of tracks, because up until that point, we also needed to get repulse, and lightning, and a force push, and a bunch of other stuff. And now we also have to upgrade our combos. No, we don't have to upgrade our combos anymore. Those just basically come slightly with upgrading our lightsaber abilities. But that also mostly just buffs the damage as well. They really kind of, like, neutered the progression of the game for what was, to me, seemed like a pretty integral and well thought out feature. Has been very considerably pared back and restrained and just made not anywhere near as interesting as it was in the first game.
You are surrounded by rebels. You're confused.
What's happening to me?
Ah!
another
men will kill you.
helpless stormtrooper sent out of our way by their own free will. Oh man, this guy really has some strong will to live, so I guess we can't tell them to say bye-bye. And then you'll miss that during the last time lapse. I also got the achievement Poor Bob, which I was talking about kind of last time that we were trying to get. And all we would have needed to do is actually throw the stormtrooper into an object rather than using force push. You do that, and you get a quote-unquote hidden achievement. Even though it's pretty easy to do, and you can do it pretty early on within the first mission, just lifting this stormtrooper up, throwing your lightsabers into him, shocking him with lightning, and then throwing him against a wall. And boom, you're golden. That gets you the Poor Bob achievement for 20 gamer score. Now, while we're here, you see those, like, hexagonal spheres? What you need to be able to do is to kill 3 enemies all in one go. And that'll get you the strike achievement. I don't end up getting this here, I end up getting it off camera. But I think I'll be able to maybe find the footage for that and input it right here. Because I did try to take a game capture of it on my Xbox when I did manage to get it, as well as a couple of the other more hidden, secret combat style achievements that are kind of sprinkled throughout the game.
I'll kill you. No retreat. No retreat.
Attention citizens, the city is on lockdown. Martial law is in effect. Please return to your homes and lock your doors.
And now we have the Fury lightsaber crystal, which allows us to be able to gain more charge towards our Force Fury quicker by killing our enemies. Whereas it has a natural charge that can go through, using those lightsaber crystals allows that charge to happen a little bit quicker, which is definitely going to be very helpful when you want to go through and replay these missions, try and grind out some of the XP, or you just get tired of dealing with the same Ice War droids and ATMPs and ATSDs that they will spam at you during the last couple of missions. It can be very, very exhausting trying to deal with and balance all of them. So you just end up using a Force Fury, throwing them into one another like the Legos and watching them implode in oh so spectacular fashion.
I copy that. It's time. Let's do it. Medic! He's on the move. Go! Roger that. We're Baron Tarko. I copy. Flat intruder. Call for backup. We're under. This city belongs to the Empire. Trooper down.
This would be one of those moments where it'd be a good idea to use Force Fury, where again they're throwing 2 ATMPs at you, and you just have to kind of sit there and ask yourself why. because they go down pretty easy. But again, I think all I really need to do is just sit here and return the missiles back to them so that way I can get that return to sender achievement, which is easy and time consuming to do. You'll probably get it once you get aboard the Salvation if this is your first time playing it through, and you know that it's an achievement that you have to get, because you face a lot of these things. They don't get any harder, but they definitely don't get any easier. They're just like a constant sense of annoyance throughout these levels.
Aren't you?
He's on the run. I copy. Crush him.
As we're going through and dispatching some foes here, some riot trooper guards and these Sith acolytes, wielders of the Force that we can only use our freaking lightsabers against, but we can't use our lightsaber throw because that counts as the Force. So we can only get up close and personal with these freaking things. Throw him into some explosives because he deserves it. I have been, whilst dispatching these enemies, dispatching some anime from my watch list and trying to get back into the swing of things. Having recently finished some shows like the first season of Cafe Terrace and its goddesses, Call of the Night Season 2 was absolutely freaking fantastic. I loved the opening, I loved the show. I think I'm very, very excited for Season 3. Definitely an 8 out of 10 for me. One that I wasn't so excited about, and I finally grit my teeth and finished, was the first season of Arknights. It wasn't that good, start to finish. I was confused. I didn't know who was who. I didn't know why they were fighting. And then another one that I finally, after a really, really long time of trying to tell myself to finish it once it got reproduced, I think, is Our Last Crusade, The Rise of the New World. 7 out of 10. It's pretty typical Romeo and Juliet, enemies to lovers type romance story, but there's just enough in it, whether it be the action or some of the dialogue or some of the world building and the magic, that makes me want to keep watching it. Hopefully it gets a Season 2 Part 2 or like a Season 3. We waited, 5 years to get Season 2, so hopefully there's enough of a demand to make a Season 3 that's maybe just a taste better. You know, kind of hone in on the energy scenes, kind of hone in on the action scenes. There are some great scenes in the show that I'm just like, you know what, this is really, really good, but then there are other ones that I'm just like, it looks like we're working with the best we can, which I won't begrudge it. The one thing as well that I'm trying to kind of come to terms with is how I feel about isekai. Because some shows like Gate, I just finished watching, and it was alright. I'm gonna finish part 2 just to see what I think, but I don't know. It was fun from time to time, but mostly just kind of boring. Same thing with Ari Ferretta. I finished the first 2 seasons of that, and it wasn't that good, but also not terrible. Just finished Season 4 of Rising of the Shield Hero, and I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about the show. There are some times where I like it, and then other times where I'm just like, ugh. I don't know. Season 3 was a pain to get through. Even when I enjoyed it, Season 2, I feel like they just needed more connective tissue between Seasons 1 and 2. Like, Season 2 needed to also be 24 episodes. If it wasn't, I'd spend more time, unfortunately, on the turtle arc, but literally actually show why that was such a big turning event for the show and for the narrative and for the characters and all that. It's like, we don't get any of the build-up, we don't get any of the payoff, we don't see any of the tribulation. It just, oh, they really let us down. Like, Season 1, I was like head over heels, but then everything after that, it's really been a dice roll, and just, I don't know. And I'm also not looking forward to seeing ReZero Season 3. I've absolutely been, at best, bored, and at worst, pretty annoyed by seasons 1 and 2. And I'm just kind of sitting here like, why do people glaze this show? It's pretty fucking boring. And I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. At least it's not Rent-A-Girlfriend, but, I mean, it's pretty easy to not be Rent-A-Girlfriend. And then maybe this year I'll finally get around to finishing Familiar of Zero. Season 4? 3? 4? 3? 4? 3? 4. Season 4. I think. But if I don't, then oh well. It's just a, like, precursor, generic isekai type of deal. Like, it was basically, I don't know, Rising the Shield Hero before Rising the Shield Hero, I guess? Or like, not even SAO, but like Ari Ferretta. There's just like a older harem anime that isn't that good, in my opinion. Doesn't really do much for the genre in the same way that other shows like High School DxD, or I will give credit, Ari Ferretta, Data Live, Toradora, Monogatari, all these other shows that came out after Familiar of Zero just took those kinds of concepts and just ran with it a lot smoother and a lot better and had a lot better character writing, I feel like. A lot better action, a lot better ecchi, and just like, But I guess that kind of goes to show how genres evolve over time. Like, by the time the last season of Familiar of Zero came out was 2012, and by that time we had already gotten High School DxD and Sword Art Online and all this kind of stuff that just was leaps and bounds better in every kind of sensible direction and metric. There we get it, the 20 gamer score to the face for reflecting those missiles back at the all-terrain missile platforms. What would you know? I had forgotten whether I'd gotten the Break the Bank achievement, so I spent a considerable amount of time destroying these slot machines that are around this room and the connecting room. Which, to be fair, I had already done, because it's pretty easy to do. I think you only need to destroy like 10 or 20 of them, and there's at least 6 times that in each of the connecting rooms throughout this section of the level. So if you're not destroying these things like they're candy, then I don't know what you're doing. No, they've sealed the door shut. They think that I'm locked in there with him, but in reality, all these guys, And the riot droids and the acolytes and everyone, they're locked in there with me. I'm gonna show these fools what's good. Because really, they don't do much damage to me. They're easy. They're just plain and simple cannon fodder. I'm gonna make sure that I take them all the way out. And let the carbonite droids freeze the Imperials so that way I can get the Shattered achievement. That's another thing that'll be quite easily on the way. And that's another one taken care of. Nice and easy like that. Now I just gotta dash all the way here to the end of the room, check to make sure that I've cleared everybody out. See if there isn't any other projectors that I need to destroy to get any of the holocrons. And then from there, it's just a matter of exiting the room. Breaking down that barricade and progressing to the next section of the level.
I'm happy to welcome you.
Man, that was rude to briefly chase us across that bridgeway onto this tram. But we're making progress. We got TIE fighters coming our way. We can shock them out of the sky if we want, or not. Really, they don't do that much damage. The big threat is coming up here in a second. We'll get that one gunner drop airship that has been chasing us down for a while, and we're going to be putting it in its place. For now, at least. not much left to this section, so really all we gotta do is just deflect the missiles back at the aircraft, make sure the tram doesn't get destroyed, and we're done. So, that being said, this is Gojimai Tequila signing out. Start to make it happen. I will see you guys in the future. Let me know what you guys are thinking of Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2 in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to, or if you don't want to. You don't have to. That's totally fine by me. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.